not enough, but we're going to be jumping into the third draft.
That's right, jumping into the tiebreaker. Both SRG and RRQ Hoshi tied 1-1. And now we got to ask the question, what are we going to do about this Joy, right? I mean, if you pick the Joy up, are we going to go for the hard counters? Are we going to go in for these Fredrins, these Bellerics? If that's a gamble that SRG wants to take, they are going to be on the blue side, which is a 2-pick swing for RRQ. We know that Bruno's been very impactful as well, but we've seen some answers such as the Granger. We've seen Skylar do really good on that, picking up the Sky Piercer super early and just being very effective. But so far, it's been the Joy that's been making the difference.
Well, Bruno banned up, so now
everything changes.
I'm wondering. The Joe hasn't been banned, and the Joy seems to be good on Sakai's. What's going to be the first pick here? Heck, the Jushin, but I don't know. Jushin hasn't been that super hot so far.
No, well, the Jushin did get banned. Jushin's out.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Colorblind.
Colorblind. I know. Do you even see the gray pictures?
What pictures?
My bad.
Yeah,
he's picture blind.
So,
always on the way.
I'm wondering, I was about to say, what if they just Joy pick right up front? But then you still leave an opportunity for the Fred.
Joe
could be solid.
Hey, time to try to beat time to try to beat him with Flash.
This is what FNOP did, but FNOP banned out Fred in first phase. Yep. So RRQ, are they comfortable on the Fred? Are they on the same boat that works out? If they are, either way, I think they definitely lock in Cho here. We've seen them with Bruno gone. Maybe they go for a Wan in here. This has been a popular combo for them on second pick side. Suyo, Wan, Cho.
There goes the blue Yo and the glue. Now, the glue has been effective, even on the Joy. I mean, we've seen just the stuns that it's able to provide, but there's still some counters on the table. I feel like the Joy first pickup's a good read from SRG, but yeah, it's definitely makes it a little bit easier for RRQ Hoshi to form some strategies around it. Now, Gold Prio could be into the hands of SRG now with the Bruno being off the table. Could go in for something like the Granger. We'll have to see how that plays out, but I got to ask y'all the question, what do you think Rins is going to do here, right? Because we've seen the Odette pull out. We've seen the Kadita be picked as well, and I mean, could be another Odette game.
Hey, he could go for something familiar and just pick up a Valentina. By the way, Trax, I just got to say, we keep talking about the Frederick. Don't worry. One time.
It might not, but
that's not fine. One time, maybe one time, we'll get it.
Eventually, they got to learn.
Eventually,
they got to learn. I mean,
if we go 5 games.
Literally, Joy's won the past 2 games against Suyo, but hey, man.
Oh.
Now, Jawhead's the answer.
Yeah.
Jawhead's the answer to the Joy, so very well done, I think, there.
In a way, the Farsa as well.
Yeah.
Unless you throw your wrong teammate, right?
Well, it's not SRG or Vamos that has the Jawhead, so, you know, odds are in favor of RRQ here.
Well, there you have it. You're going to see the Farza picked up as well, so some artillery to work on SRG's side. Now, do they answer range with range as we go through the second phase of the draft?
I mean, when they previously they banned out the Eve as well as the far side. The Eve, I think, is still in quite okay band because it's hard. Like, do you want to ban the Odette? Like, is that a route that you want to go? Because it was pretty effective in game number 1, even though RQ did lose.
Yeah, I don't think you have to ban out the Odette. I think the Farzal ranges it. I think you're pretty good. You can still play for late. I think banning into Skylar right here is important and pretty big right now, and I like the Wan ban. I'm just the Jawhead is scary at this point, man. And we saw RQ last time already went out in early game in game 1 against Joy. I don't think RQ will make the mistake again of not closing out around that 12 or 13 minute mark. So we'll see. SRG, I want to see maybe a little bit of early game opportunity here, something to kind of help them push and make it through in that early game.
Yeah, we need to see some setups too, right? I mean, we have a lot of damage so far for the side of SRG, but we've yet to see what they're going to slot in that roam position. There's a strong frontline composition building up for RRQ with this Jawhead and the glue alongside it. So maybe going in for something like the high-lows could be very effective. Definitely give you a little bit of room for mobility, especially on these objective plays. Could be a possibility for the side of SRG. And then we also got to see what marksman will be slotted in. They already took out the Wan. Definitely worried about Skylar. And now they're going to take out the Irithel as well.
I like that. I like that because that pressures the Farsa as well. I'm really curious to see what roamer will Yums be using, because going up against the Jawhead, you can get picked off quite early in the game, and then we see what kind of snowball RRQ can get for themselves. So I feel like EXP with the Gato being gone, I'm pretty okay with Cram using any kind of hero. I'm just worried about Yums. What does he have for this one?
It's a tough spot. I think I don't know if I don't know how well the Hylos is gonna do against the Jawhead.
Called the Valentina, by the way.
Late game turnaround. Valentina's very clean. They get the feathered airstrike. They have opportunity. SRG. Did we see them pick up a Kufra?
Yes,
a day or two
yesterday.
ago?
Not super flashy. It did its job, but nothing too crazy. But
Did it win?
definitely, win.
It just
Against
wasn't as
Happy Flash.
impactful.
Yeah.
But it got the job done. I mean, hey.
I'm thinking about something that, just closes the distance quickly and doesn't have to sit in front of a Jawhead, Can actually
Wait.
kind of...
The Cho is not banned.
Cho's not banned. They could just go for the Cho here.
Because the Cho has been banned for quite a few games now. I was like, okay, don't even think about the Cho, but I wonder if Yums even wants it. He does.
Yeah, you heard that.
So it's not you.
Okay, we both got one.
Hey, there you go.
So EXP Cho, Kufra in the roam. Cho against Glue. I mean, at least you keep up in rotations. You can still pressure jungle a little bit. And the way that SRG's been playing the Joy is they'll send Joy down to EXP, and Cram will just be up in mid and top side. They pick up the Claude. How are we feeling about it?
Blazing Red Skylar! We'll see how it turns out, because so far the Claude hasn't been winning that many games, but this is Skylar where we're talking about. So thank you very much, gentlemen, on the panel. Mirko and Leo, I hope you guys are ready to receive the throw, because I might not do it. Nah, I'm going to do it. It's your turn.
Who's ready to throw? That Jawhead, and of course a few favorites coming in from the way back machine, because we're seeing old Kufra come back, we saw the Claude come back, and what a way to start off game 3 after we went in a 1-1.
It's a Farsa and a Granger, right? They picked that up really early, and though it's amazing obviously for zoning, you are quite susceptible to the dive, and RRQ, they kind of like doubled down on that. They were like, if we want to dive, all of our heroes should dive.
They didn't just double down, they tripled down, they quadrupled down. Every one of them does well when playing in the paint. Over the battlefield, Claude and Dexter look over as we go into game number 3. The Immortal Giants versus the King of Kings. One of these teams are Axiata bound.
Ooh. Top 4 bound for both these teams. Well, for one of them, Skylar on a signature, you guys know it, Blazing Red from Skylar pick.
It's been a while since we last saw him pop off on the old favorite, so this should be a treat for all those longtime King Skylar fans. As for SRG, they brought out this Kufra, which saw play last night. So that was a treat for all y'all Malaysian goat heads all around. Stormy here, popping the Wings by Wings early on. And because of that diversion, because of that little sequence, it gave the Mercenary free reign over the Little Wanderer.
Jin now able to go for the Gold Crab 2. Okay, secures it with the Soul Sever. It's Festival Blood and the Rupture, so nothing too crazy here. Skylar also quick with it. Warrior Boots and Tenacity. He knows exactly how much of a bully this Granger can be in lane. So decides to respect it with the common emblem too. More HP and mana regen. Well,
right.
No mana. It's just HP now.
Just HP. Took it out of the last patch. The young king knows that he's going to be trading blows with the half-man, half-beast. Let's talk about the XP lane matchup. What does this look like to you? Dyron on the glue. Played it 3 games in a row now versus Cram's Cho.
I think it's a non-lane. It's literally just a battle for Cram shoving the wave and rotating. For Dyron, same thing.
Yeah, clear, I'm out of here. Clear, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but if Cram shoves it wrong like this, it could be a free situation and he could be punished just like that. I think he might have to miss out on a bit of minions there, but RRQ are very quick with this level 4. They want to get it. Yum's already screening Sutsujin in the purple buff.
And that is Stormy hitting level 4 first. Yum stretching out, going the opposite direction. Edok threatening an ejector. Now Sutsujin just secures his purple, taking a beeline towards the turtle.
Oh, for their airstrike in the mid lane. Is this a solo kill? Stormy taken down. Rins, what has gotten into you?
Momentum off of that game 2 Kadira. Now he's taking names. Heads are rolling. Cram can only watch as RRQ Hoshi secure the turtle.
What has gotten into Rins? Sutsujin gets a turtle.
Who is this man?
Who is this man? Rins has been popping off. I don't know if it's momentum, if it's just Rins, is the average Joe Rins. Has this just been him all the time in scrims?
Something awoke in this young man after game one. And this Kadira in his hands. Be careful and make sure that you see what ult he's taken, because I don't think even Stormy saw that coming.
No, definitely not. Didn't expect him to go and steal the feather airstrike, point blank him. It's a mortar, point blank mortar.
Blasted him like 3 or 4 times. There's nothing the Mage Prodigy could have done.
Let's see now. For RRQ, it definitely has to just be the slow game. And for SRG, I don't think they want to fight and look for skirmishes around the map either when there are no neutral objectives. So it's literally just going to be a battle farm. RRQ leading by only 200 gold. Cram walks up.
The quadruple dive isn't going to come into play just yet.
Yeah.
What RRQ Hoshi have walked away with in the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game is literally just stuff that came to them for free. That means they're just waiting for Skylar. The long-term investment, and now Edok gets caught.
Great Tyrant's Revenge and the range. Stormy gets on the board. Sky stealing the purple buff away, despite the retribution from Sutsujin as well.
That's a big dub for SRG across the map. Now, that's a 3v2. Rins gets a face full of lead.
Purify out. Innocent doesn't have the Death Sonata. Not the last one. There, way the dragon. Over. Now Tyron, caught against 5 members, decides to go in. Split as well. The Brave Smite. Does it save him? No, it does not. Cram just Jikundos Tyron to his demise, to his death.
There were 5 members of SRG there. There was a thin line between dying and getting the mount onto one of them. But truth be told, there was very little reinforcement from RRQ. So back-to-back-to-back engagements. SRG caught them lacking, and now here we go, another one!
Blaze it from Skylar, Ejector, and the Flicker. Yum's gonna be taken down. Meanwhile, Sky diving in deep, getting the electrifying beats over to Skylar to take him out.
That is Skylar for Yums. I'll tell you now, SRG are cooking. SRG looking to take this turtle down to half its health.
4v4, Stormy was traded off. Ooh, that was close. Sutsujin this time doesn't want to be too stingy with the retribution, decides to take it, and that is 2 turtles for the kingdom.
SRG a little more conservative now. They understand that if they overextended here, that little win that they got in those previous engagements would have been nullified. So RRQ Hoshi here holding on to the fact that they have 2 turtles, holding on to the fact that with this lane swap, should be a slightly safer go for Skylar going into the mid-game.
Okay, so it's a trade of Sutsujin with a stun over to Skies. Retribution this time. Not too sure who actually got that. If it's Skies on solid force. No ejector just yet. Skies with the red. Oh, he's gonna get retribution and taken down. Skylar is the one who they give the kill to.
So Dyron for Sekai's big wins. Sutsujin bullying Cram into that river brush. And look at this. Innocent gets free farm up top. The delayed trade down bottom for King Skylar. This puts him now in a comfortable position, about, what is that, 600, 700 gold behind Innocent. So he's catching up.
It's a turret for turret trade on the board. Edok might be caught again. Oh, Cram! I think walked up a bit too early there. Jones is already charging that Tyrant's Revenge in the bush. And it becomes a failed attempt of a pickoff. Edok will be able to get a bit more tempo around these bushes here. Innocent shot the Rhapsody, so they know their positioning. Rins goes in for the airstrike, catching Rins just a bit. Ejector over.
And that is Rins blasted here. No clapback. Yums coming in for the combo.
Revenge and the Rage in the back. Jinsa able to go for the dive. Yums very low. Mounted on. Tyron gets the kill back. It is a 1-for-1 Yums for Rins.
Mid for Rome. I'll call it a win for SRG. And RRQ fails to find the clapback. It looks like the call for the King of Kings is to just go for the turtle. It's been working out for them so far, right? Even if they're losing on fights, they go for the objectives, they focus on getting farm on Skylar, and now Dyron finds the engage.
Cram getting poked out for the airstrike, comes down, no, Tyron might be caught, pops in the split on solid force, and Skylar blazing duet on the Purify! Skylar, BMI backward, Skies!
Finding the King, pops him, and Cram looking for the kick, gets the Purify out, and Yums!
With a Tyrant's Revenge! Now with Skies wiping him out in his head! Wants to go! And he gets the Maniac!
Half man, half beast, all guts coming through with a late game play at 7 minutes.
That was a wipe out, folks. in the 7th minute of the game. RRQ Hoshi tried to battle with the Red Giants, but they ended up getting stomped to the ground.
John Vincent Banal, also known as Innocent, walks into the kingdom, brings out his guns and says, put them up. I'm taking y'all down.
We gotta get the replay. We gotta watch that for a second time, man. What happened in the skirmish?
I'll tell you now what happened. Yums looked into the future and said, Innocent, I got you. So they got scrambled up over here. Cram forced out a Purify, and then that was the go signal. The green light for Yums to catch two with the Revenge and Rage, and Innocent to just start blasting people into the back line.
And those were Sky Piercer stacks, buddy. It wasn't just kills. Oh my goodness, Cram. Almost finding an angle to get Sutsujin, but he blinks just in time. Now, RRQ Hoshi find themselves in a situation that they place SRG in both 1 and 2.
If anything, this is a better look for SRG than anything Game 1 looked for the Kingdom, especially for Innocent, specifically for Innocent. What is this, 8.5 minutes in and already 6 stacks? Plus, the Malefic Roar built off the back of that Maniac.
Yeah, Skylar's not going to be able to walk up just like that. Rins gets punished too. Yums is healing off of Rins' damage. Yeah, that gold lead is playing a big factor here in game number 3. SRG, they can smell match point already. And for RRQ, it's the long game that they have to play with a Jawhead. That's not a good long game.
They have to hold out. And when a Jawhead is forced to hold out, when a Jawhead is used as a defensive tool, that's no bueno. RRQ Hoshi have to find pickoffs. I think counterintuitive to what the situation calls for, I'd say RRQ should, you know, do this, try to get one on Cram, maybe on Sekais, but it looks like it's a non-starter. Sutsujin isn't even getting his buffs.
Nah, it's not. They can't walk up. Cram actually went for the Weighted Dragon, though the angle was off. Skies was able to steal away the purple buff, and this is a level lead for the Sky Prince. So for RRQ, the big question is the question we've been asking for SRG. Do they want to contest the Lord this time in game number 3, right? They're so far behind, but I think with this kind of composition, they might have to gamble with the Lord contest.
I'll say, just make sure Skylar is in the clear, right? Do the dance if you have to. Put Dyren up in front. Put Edok up in front. He has a flicker, so maybe you can, I don't know, go back to as far as 2021 and TikTok play out of something. Do it to Cram. Cram has been putting himself in harm's way. It's actually Yums who's been hiding in bushes more often. So that's, I think, the reason why these turnarounds are happening. Why that big play from Innocent happens because of the way Yums just caught 2 dudes.
Golden Staff for Skylar. That's the 3-item power spike, but he has been outscaled out of that power spike, I feel. You know, SRG have that snowball building, and that's a BOD that Innocent is almost complete. In 10 minutes, 4th item BOD? Oh, Innocent's gonna hurt.
Before the 12-minute mark, might even be after this Lord spawns immediately, this BOD is gonna be built.
There you go.
There it is. He's just farming, power farming here.
That's a 2,000 gold lead between the gold laners.
Lethal pokes. And look at this, can't even stand in the Y brush.
No.
Dyren is a passive push off camera, but that's all that RRQ can get as SRG secures the Lord.
Just one Death Sonata, and you can see how much damage it does to Skylar. If he walks up against a Feathered Airstrike plus Death Sonata Rhapsody, I don't know, man.
And that's what puts King Skylar in such a predicament. He's forced to build the Wind of Nature ASAP,
Rose Gold?
Go this way, Rose Gold. Because at least to him and to RRQ, the real threat is Stormy. The real threat is Sekais. The whole Innocent situation can only really happen if everything is set up for him.
Yep.
So, I'll tell you now, this is a solid go. They're focusing on what's important. They catch Edok.
Wave the Dragon from Cram. Edok caught all alone. Has the flicker, but Skies will just pick this kill up. No flicker necessary from Edok, and Skies just assassinates him. 5.5k gold lead. Cram is looking for more. Doesn't have the flicker anymore, but this should still be a good angle for him to attack. Lord taken. Oh, Death Sonata. Dyren will body block the second shot. Sutsujin is down below.
The Mercenary just on his way back. Holy Shield pop. Wave cleared. Dyren looking for a mount. That is the Feathered Airstrike!
That's payback and more! Innocent gets the Death Sonata. Again, the Sky Piercer on him. Cram with the Weighted Dragon over to Sutsujin. This time Skylar with the Weighted Dragon again. BMI's in the back. Stormy taken down.
And that's more on the docket. triple right now for SRG, and the trade-off Sekai's shut down. The assault ends, the siege quelled for now, the kingdom still stands.
3 for 2 in that trade. On top of the 3 for 2 that SRG won, they got the base turret. And that will be the far lane base turret away from the Lord. An enhanced Lord is waiting for SRG and for RRQ Hoshi. The longer the game goes, it's getting more and more desperate.
It's still worth it. I'll tell you now, what RRQ committed to and got away with, they were going to lose that turret either way.
Yep.
So the fact that SRG are reeling from their loss on Cram, rather on Sekai's and so on. Wait, INDO gets an ejector.
Purify away the dragon. INDO gonna be taken down, but the airstrike coming down. Oh, Yums cancels it, and Innocent guns him down. Dyron.
He's not gonna get away from this. Yums committing the rage, popping Dyron's immortality, serving up the triple to Innocent. Oh no, Sekai's is in the base!
Electrifying beats from Skies. RRQ still able to get 2 members to survive, but this is 5 of the Giants.
They can smell it right now in the water. Blood for the Giants to scoop up and end right here.
For the airstrike and the way the dragon over to Sutsujin. The mini waves, it's a big cannon minion. It will be cleared out. INDO walks up with the ejector, now gets Yums as well. Skylar with a blazing duet onto Yums. It'll be a kill over, that's 2. And now the better airstrike. Innocent again will gun Rins down.
The punish. RRQ Hoshi kicking out SRG from their base. And once more, the siege ends. Not out of the woods just yet, but RRQ Hoshi bleed and fight for this chance to defend.
Now it's 2 for 2. Rins and Sutsujin down, Skies and Yums down. Sutsujin will be spawning back a bit faster. RRQ, do they utilize this timing to go for the Lord, to go for a fight? That's a feather airstrike to sneak up on INDO. Cram goes up to Jikundo, might get caught. Unstoppable force and the ejector over to Cram. Now it's Skylar's damage with Melvic gun in the way of the dragon comes in. Sky Piercer also 1 for 1. Down with the flicker. Innocent gets out, blazing duet from Skylar over to Stormy. It's not enough range.
Dyron with the split right now, barely alive. Innocent pushes back. Firepower, the answer to firepower. And that's Skylar building up slowly but surely. This Lord looking as contestable, as 50-50 as it gets for this 15-minute match. So far, so good. Rins here should protect himself. He's been caught 5 times now. Has no ideal ults to steal.
Oi.
Stormy keeping himself scarce. Lord now resets here. Where does this dance go?
Goodness. Look at that poke.
Oh!
Innocent evaporates Tyrant. And now Rins is next. Innocent is going crazy. Another one for Innocent.
3 for free. The half-man, half-beast has gone hunting. And 3 heads roll. The base. 1 more turret protecting it. Ain't gonna wait for the Lord. SRG marching in.
There's no man. There's just beast. Innocent goes in. Skylar with a blazing duet. Shut down by Innocent. That's an unofficial savage for the beast of Malaysia.
IOI erupt as SRG approach match point. 1 more game. 1 more game for them to make it to Axiata.
You try to catch him. You try to find ways to beat him, but he's too damn innocent.
You can't put down this beast. 19 kills. 19 kills on Innocent. 2-1. RRQ Hoshi. Their pilgrimage is at trouble.
He broke the most kill record. It was Skylar who had it.
Let's talk the analysts.
With 1906 KDA, I feel like we should skip forward and just say he's probably the MVP. I don't think I need anyone to let me know, because I feel, am I crazy to think that he's the MVP?
Not at all, not at all. You know how you always stay innocent? You never get caught.
Yeah.
In this game, he never got caught, not once. 19-0, that is a brand new record.
Oh yeah.
We had the trivia the other day. 17 kills was the most in a game.
Whew, and it was Skylar.
Well, now he holds. And it's Skylar, so he just took the record from Skylar as most kills in a game.
He got a maniac and an unofficial savage to close it out as well. Talk about a flashy play. I mean, there were so many highlights in just that game alone that I thought we may have seen a Kadena play of the day.
Hey, you know what? Without that Bruno, Innocent feels good. It's like, oh, no Bruno in my face? Let me pull out that Granger. But before we talk more about him, because he's the MVP, let's just make that clear. We can talk about it a little bit more later. I kind of feel like Skylar, in the early stages of the game, he used the Blazing Duet maybe a little bit too aggressively, giving a lot of opportunities for SRG to deal out damage onto him specifically, and then eventually getting all those kills.
I think the problem is as well with the Blazing Duet is sometimes it puts this false idea in the rest of your team's head that, okay, it's time to dive. You know, all right, let's keep this fight going. Blazing Duet just showed up, you know, backup just showed up. And then they stay a little bit too long, and we saw in one of those final few fights, after the Blazing Duet, they all try to run away, but SRG just catches up to him. Yumes gets the knock up on 2. The rest of the team able to follow up as well, and that was kind of the big moment where SRG just took full control.
And now we're seeing a shift for SRG, right? It was the rubber band effect in the beginning, but now it's more like we're controlling the early game. We're being the aggressors, and we're just going to win overall on these objectives. We're just going to do better.
Yeah, and Rins as well. First blood, it was great against Stormy, grabbing the far side. Oh, but then after that, not really doing all that well. Maybe it's just because you fought against a Valentina quite a lot of times. You roughly know the patterns. Going up against a Nodet, going up against a Kadena is a little bit more unknown. So maybe that's also part of the win for RRQ when they're using a hero that SRG is really not that comfortable with. It's not like super OP or anything like that. It's just that you don't go up against it often.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Rin's 1-6-1. I just noticed how rough of a game he had, and Dyron as well. And that's not uncalled for with Dyron, right? 1-6-1. Dyron's very willing to kind of put his neck on the line as long as the rest of the team profits off of it. But it just felt like with Rin's down so low, Skylar is their only damage dealer, and the Claude already isn't, you know, the biggest. He's not a big damn dealer, right? He's more of a shredder, and even that we've been questioning throughout M6. It just felt like RQ had nothing to really lean on as that game moved more and more forward.
Yeah, I mean, Rins was really the opener in the beginning matches, right? With the Odette pickup, the Kadena pickup, and now on the Valentina, just a lot of pressure that did not work in his favor, and you can see a major difference in this game. Innocent.
You know, my wife asked, did Innocent did the most amount of damage because he did 100K yesterday? Well, today he did 122. That's big damn.
You know, what's another thing about that is we see that type of damage sometimes from gold laners. But the fact that he got 19 kills means just about all of that probably landed.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
Just about all of that damage was, I mean, kill damage. And
it's lethal.
Lethal damage, you know? It's definitely,
Skypiercer.
Dude, like, I will see a lot of Granger in my ranked games, and I'm not even mad at it. Granger is a fun as hell hero, man. And I believe that Bruno has been respected with the ban. Joy might also be on the chopping block. Or Fedrin finally gets picked up. But now, let's look at the MVP. We already know who it is. Half man, half beast. You can't catch him because he's Innocent. We see Simon there, but look at Innocent with that Granger. 1905, 122,000 damage. He's too damn innocent.
A brand new record stolen from Skylar's hands there. And at the end, even just, you know, we're dropping the boots. We're going full damage. We're going to finish this game. Sometimes we have trouble closing out games with Granger. Well, not this time.
Just kill everyone.
Just kill. That's the goal, right? You just kill everybody.
That's all you got to do. Just be aggressive and beat them to the punch. And that's exactly what you see today from Innocent. And that means that SRG has the advantage for the series.
Match point. Just need one more. But we expect full games here. So RRQ is probably watching that game. Kesku is probably watching that game. It's like, I see where we should attack. And that's going to be the turnaround for the fourth game. But now we got to look at some of the highlights coming in from Innocent and pick whatever you want, because there's a whole lot of it. Heck, there might be 19 of it.
There might be 19 of them is right. And even in the early game, RRQ Hoshi continues to try to kind of close that distance, but Yumsun does such a good job at just having them focus on him so that Innocent's consistently getting these free shots off. And when Yums isn't able to do it, Cram as well is finding those moments. And this is that big fight I was talking about where the Blazing Duet comes in, RRQ Hoshi tries to follow up behind it, but then the turnaround from SRG here, and watch for Yums, the double knock-up, and this is when it's cleanup time for Innocent.
Yeah, RRQ dropping like dominoes right there in the funnel toward that top side, and Innocent just on fire. And credits over to Sakai's as well on this Joy, right? Even though it didn't have the hot seat in this game, it was very effective. I mean, he was dealing a lot of damage, which kind of led to those stacked up kills from Innocent.
Yeah, and looking at the highlights, again, Innocent, he has good positioning to stay out of danger, but you see his HP pool go down quite a few times, so he's not afraid to take some damage to dish back some of the damage again, and more often than not, that Purify really helped him out, because without that Purify, I'm pretty sure he got caught like a bunch of times, man.
Yeah, just
super
overall
well played.
A great game and a good position for SRG in this series now, having the advantage 2-1 up against RRQ Hoshi. What are they going to do about this, right? I mean, man, who would have thought to take the record away from Skylar with the most kills?
You know, I got to say, too, the Kufra pick also came out pretty clean. It
Look at
stops
this.
sometimes from Dyron being able to engage and escape. It stops sometimes from Suchijin being able to dash through and dash around because of the bouncing ball. It just worked so well. And once again, I mean, it's literally just Innocent collecting kill after kill after kill. And if you have trouble focusing the base, all you got to do is wipe out all 5 members and it becomes easy.
Dude, like, a few of those clips, absolute cinema, right? Like